Greetings, mighty welcome to my channel. This is I am Life and Light Productions, and I am Just Sparks. I am your host. Welcome again. This is class 17 of I School of Thought, lesson 17 of the Master Key System. I pray each and every eye is up full and bright and living in the light of the mind, living in their imagination. Okay? Yes, I pray each and every eye had a wonderful strong going through, and that the eyes them was very diligent on last strong's lesson. You know? I pray each and every household is up full and bright and living in the light of their mind. Yes, I pray each and every house is full of health, wealth, love, joy, and prosperity going through. Yes, so we give thanks for another session, another class, another lesson, of self-realization, self-awareness, knowledge of self, knowledge of who we are and how we can operate most sufficiently in creation. Seeing that we need no outer help, we are all the help we need, makes it a lot easier, a lot simpler. So without further ado, we will go into lesson 17 of the Master Key System. All right. This strong. We're going to concentrate as nearly as possible in accordance with the method outlined in this lesson. Let there be no conscious effort or activity associated with your purpose. Relax completely. Avoid any thought of anxiety as to results. Remember that power comes through repose. Let the thought dwell upon your object until you are completely identified with it, till you are conscious of nothing else. Always concentrate on the ideal as an already existing fact. This is the Elohim, the germ cell, the life principle which goes forth and enters in and becomes, sets in motion those causes which guide, direct, and bring about the necessary relations which eventually manifest in form. Okay? So I will go over once again this Strong's lesson. We are concentrating, okay? But according to the outline in this lesson, all right? So this Strong, we're going to concentrate as near as possible in accordance with the method outlined in this lesson, all right? Let there be no conscious effort or activity associated with your purpose. Relax completely. Avoid any thought of anxiety as to results. Remember that power comes through repose. Let the thought dwell upon your object till you are completely identified with it, till you are conscious of nothing else. Always concentrate on the ideal or the object as an already existing fact. This is the Elohim, the germ cell, the God cell, right? The life principle which goes forth and enters in and becomes, sets in motion those causes which guide, direct, and bring about the necessary relations which eventually manifest in form. Blessed love, Bugle, we do give thanks to thy presence royally. Yes, I. Now we're going to do the 10 questions and 10 answers that is associated with this lesson, lesson 17. All right. Question 1. What is the true method of concentration? Answer. To become so identified with the object of your thought that you are conscious of nothing else. So when we speak of concentration, we are speaking of deep thought. You have to become so identified with the object that you think of nothing else. Because you remember, we are trying, or we are switching states. Yes, right? Changing realities. So you have to come so identified consciously with the object of your thought that you forget everything else. Just as you are aware of your present situation, your present state, your present location, you are fully aware of it and therefore aware of nothing else. Therefore, you are aware of no other planes that are existing simultaneously here with you. You see it? All right. Question 2. What is the result of this method of concentration? Answer. Invisible forces are set in motion, which is irresistibly bring about conditions in correspondence with your thought. Question 3. What is the control factor in this method of thought? Answer. Spiritual truth. Question 4. Why is this so? Answer. Because the nature of our desire must be in harmony with natural law. Question 5. What is the practical value of this method of concentration? Answer. Thought is transmuted into character, and character is the magnet which creates the environment of the individual. Okay? Question 6. What is the controlling factor in every commercial pursuit? The answer, the mental element. Why is this so? Answer, because mind is the ruler and creator of all form and all events occurring in form. So your mind is the ruler and creator of all form and all events that is occurring in form. The mind. Question 8. How does concentration operate? Answer. By the development of the powers of perception, wisdom, intuition, and sagacity. Question 9. Why is intuition superior to reason? Answer. Because it does not depend upon experience or memory, and frequently brings about the solution to our problem by methods concerning which we are in entire ignorance. Question 10. What is the result of pursuing the symbol of the reality? And this here is a very important question. I will repeat it again. Question 10. What is the result of pursuing the symbol of the reality? Meaning you're pursuing the form and not the mental state that brings the form and carries the form and holds the form and sustains the form. You see? It's like someone is seeking money. So they are just seeking the material of the money, but they're not seeking the mental state that holds that money, that draws that money to them, that sustains that money. You see it? All right? The answer: they are frequently turned to ashes just as we overtake them. Because the symbol is only the outward form of the spiritual activity within. Therefore, unless we can possess the spiritual reality, which is the thought reality, the thoughts that are associated with it, the form disappears. You know, you always hear stories of people winning the lottery and they win millions of dollars and squander it all. All the money is done and they're back in poverty. It's because of this. Because they're concentrating on the form and not the power or the state that creates the form. And if you're only concentrating on the form, when you get the form, eventually the form will disappear. So our purpose is to concentrate on the mental state that we're in. For it's the mental state that we're in that is creating all events, all circumstances, all situations in our creation. You see it? You know, so it's not a hurricane. It's not a quick fix. You know, many people want to manifest, but they want it done quickly. You see? Not realizing that all power is within. And once you turn to this road, you are provided for and taken care of. All you have to do is to seek the kingdom, which is to seek control of your mind space. Seek to have control over your thoughts. That is the only way you can maintain your desired reality. If you do not seek that mental state, that Christ consciousness, that Father consciousness, then you will not be able to maintain anything that you manifest in your reality. It will burn up and turn into ashes just as it comes. So it will go. You see it? So it's very important, you know, to get the mind of Christ, you know, the true awakening, and not just seeking after the material things in life. You see? But seek after the thoughts, the mind space that creates all things. You see? That change environments for you. Change, you know, situations and circumstances at will. The only way we can accomplish this is to have total dominion over our mind space. Have total dominion over our thoughts. Total dominion over our feeling. Remember, the feeling, the solar plexus, that is the creative principle of the universe. Our reality is shaped through the feeling that we are holding in our solar plexus, in our core, that which we are vibrating on. You see it? And we use the images in our mind to alter and change the vibration in accordance to that which we are desiring, so that our future, our reality may come to that which we desire it to be. And it takes practice. You know, it's daily discipline, daily training. You see it? You have to become master of self, master of controlling all your emotions, master of controlling all your thoughts. We must remember that the brain received its governing tendencies from heredity, meaning that it is a result of all past environments, of all past generations. Look how many generations came before us, and they were not walking in the truth. And now our brain has that, that governing tendency to follow the same thing that our mother and grandmother and great-grandmother taught. So it's for us to break it. And we can only break it through conscious thought and through realization of the truth. Realization that we were all indoctrinated. And most of the beliefs that we have is not our own. We didn't think it up of ourselves. We didn't come to that conclusion on our own. We came to that conclusion through our mother and through society and through school and through friend and through enemy and through all these outside forces. And we did not choose that of our own self, but through circumstances, through environment. You see, it's time for us to change those things. It's time for us to clean up self. The renewal of the mind. You see, the renewing of the mind space. The getting rid of the old kingdom that causes confusion, that causes death, that causes sickness. All these things is caused by the old way of thinking. We must realize these things, that we are the greatest being in creation. And by the power of thought, we have control over all things. We must let that sink in. Health is according to thought, not according to the food that you eat, not according to you exercising. It's according to the thoughts that you're holding in your mind and that which you're speaking out of your mouth. That is where health, wealth, and everything else dwells, in the mind space. You see? So we don't have to chase the world for anything. You see? Right now, the world that we're in, they have it set up on a monetary basis. Everything is being sold. The kingdom is being sold, you know what I'm saying? And everything else with it is being sold. Because they have the people believing that the only way they could survive is through money. You see it? And that is one of the greatest lies. You see it? Because money doesn't come of itself. And money is not exchanged with itself. It takes product to exchange money. You see it? So the real money is the products that we're exchanging. The foods, the tomatoes and the onions and the carrots and the everything else, the sugar canes and everything else that goes with it. That is where the money is. That is the value of the money. You see it? So if we go back into agriculture and we go back into community building, you see it? We will live a better life than what we're living today. Because everyone is dependent upon the system to give them. And we are so many that the system cannot feed all of us like that. Ain't no foods growing in the backyard for us to feed ourselves. Everybody got to go to the supermarket. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to go Walmart, all these places, the corner store, all these places to buy food. So what do the system have to do? You know what I'm saying? They start to process things now so that they can last longer, so that they can provide it for the people them. You see it? Especially in a place where they cannot plant all year round. You see it? You know, so we got to be wise in these times. We got to come around to the truth. You know? Come around to the fact that we are all there is. and apart from us there is none. You see it? That all power is from within. That all life originates from within. You see it? And it starts with thought, the first form, before the forms them that we see in our creation, in our reality. So it's for us to learn to control our thoughts. Because once we can control our thoughts, which are causes, we can control our reality, which are effects. You see it? So that is the greatest goal for each and every I, is to learn the proper way of thinking. Because thought is creating. You see it? That's why it says we must be slow to anger and forsake wrath. Because when we're angry, we're putting off some strong vibrations in the universe to bring more of those experiences to us. You see it? And it hamper with the good in our life. You know, so I give thanks again for another wonderful session, another wonderful class, class 17 of our School of Thought, where we're learning true concentration, wherein when you concentrate upon the object in your mind, you concentrate deep enough that you are conscious of nothing else. That places you in spirit with that object. And you become the person that has the object. Just like in your reality. Just like me having this here, you know, handkerchief or bandana, as they call it. You see it? When you concentrate deeply enough that you are aware only of that which is in your mind, it's like you're aware only of this. So now your mind knows not which is the true reality and takes it as reality. And that is how the process of the change in your reality begins. And then it's for you to control your thought in the way after that. You see it? So it's not about the hurry come up thing, the rush into manifestation. Because after you sit down and you do the mental work, the physical work is controlling your thought. You see it? Controlling the way you act, the way you speak. You know what I'm saying? The way you address people. So it's a total control of self. You know, so I pray the eyes them full joy this lesson, lesson 17, and it was edifying to the eyes them, that the eyes them can take from it and benefit the eyes themselves. For information unapplied is just information and will soon pass from the mind. But when you apply the information that you receive, you will gain experience, which will give you knowledge. And when you get the knowledge, you will have wisdom to teach. You see it? So until such time, we do give thanks. Gideon, give thanks to the I presence once again. The I is truly a gift, which is life. You know, likewise to Burgle. Give thanks to the I presence. Royal blessings to the eyes them household. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, may the eye them house them be full of health, wealth, and love, and prosperity, and joy going through. We do give thanks for each and every eye coming in. And remember, self-mastery is the key. Once we can master self, we master our reality. You see it? And that is the purpose of life. You see it? We was given life that we should have dominion over our reality. And not someone else having dominion over our reality for us. You see it? Let us be the thinkers. You see it? Let us take back power. The power that is duly ours. And start to truly live. You see it? Live to the expectation of our own self and not others. You see it? In all spirit and all truth, in all thought and all action. You see it? We do give thanks. Hi, JSM. We do give thanks. Blessed love. Mighty heart of Sabbath going through to each and every eye. Remembering that the Sabbath is a state of mind, dwelling in your state fulfilled. Is right? Yeah. Until such time, royal blessings to the house. All I am.